I'm Brad Davis with the Houston Dynamo, and you're listening to Stoppage Time with Hero and Hammer.
Space to Charles Barty can hit it from here, you know.
I'm sorry, you guys already know?
What?
God, we just fucked it all up. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Hero.
My name's Hammer.
We got a couple people up in the building.
I'm Statman. Wally the Body, Wallaroosy.
And we also have a very special, extra crispy guest.
Extra crispy.
And then when he's in the tube. I'm just kidding. Fulton Creamareli, what's up, baby? Creamareli! Hi. So once again, we are back at the King's Head Pub, 1809 Eldridge.
1809 Eldridge.
1809 Eldridge.
1809 Eldridge.
Woo! 1809 Eldridge. It's the Eldridge, man. Eldridge.
And if this is your first time hearing this, because I know we have a lot of new followers, and I'd like to say fans.
Listeners.
Whoa. Let's not get crazy.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go on the limb and say we have a couple new fans. Follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook. We are a Houston Dynamo fan podcast.
What's that?
And we're pretty badass.
I mean, I know.
Just putting it out there.
Yeah.
I've never been on one before. What's that?
All of us combined.
I mean, except for Statman over here.
Fighting words. Fighting words, boy. We only have one game to talk about.
Yeah.
We have a nightmare to talk about. That game wasn't as bad as I make it out to be, but it was.
But it hurts.
It
hurts
It
like
stung
it was.
so
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
I would go ahead and say that it was a pretty bad game. I don't think it. I think all.
We didn't have
No, there was no tactics whatsoever.
right. We didn't have any cohesion. We didn't have a lot of chemistry going on. There were no. I don't even remember one real solid chance.
We didn't have any chances.
We didn't
at all.
have. Yeah, we didn't have.
Did we have
a
any
shot.
shots on target?
I don't think we had a shot on target.
0 shots on
We
target.
might have had 2 shots, 2 or 3 shots.
Off
Oh,
target.
wait, hold on, here we go. I'm sorry, we had 7 total shots, none on target.
Yeah.
5 of them were off, 2 of them were blocked.
Yeah.
So we played Orlando. Kaka. Yeah. He really didn't do much either.
Poop.
We did a good. There's the one thing that we walk away from that game. We did a good job of shutting down Kaká
And why?
because we had Garrido in the midst.
Garrido and Ricardo Clark. We have been playing like the 4-2-3-1 that I've been saying, and the one good part about that is the 4-2 part. The 4-2 part has been playing pretty well, actually really well, especially because there's that extra defense and extra support from Garrido and Clark. So that's something that we can be excited about.
Yeah.
No, we made 2 changes from the opening game.
One big one.
Yeah, there was
Raul was out.
Yeah.
Raul Garcia.
Raul Espinoza.
Was out, and Horst came in, and then Bruin was out, and Miranda came in.
Which I didn't like. Now that I've seen it in action, I like Miranda coming in off the bench better than I like Bruin coming in off the bench.
All right, well,
That's probably the only thing I won't agree with.
before we go into
About
that,
Bruin.
we got, the way I see it is, last week the game started, we didn't play that well. One call changed it, and it fixed it. You're right, M&M's. and he changed the.
Fuck it, I support
he changed the layout of the team at half, or like whatever the sub, and then we scored a goal. And I feel like he was like, well, it worked one time, we'll do it again.
But he did it backwards, right? So
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
Obviously he thought it didn't work the way we played it, so we're gonna change it. It worked when he changed it, so that's how we're gonna start, and that's not how we should have started.
But we also had, it was also just different. In the last game we saw a lot of Brad Davis and Boniek switching sides, but on this match, I noticed them.
Davis switched a lot, but it was
I saw Boniek on the left just all.
It was
the time.
not effective. The midfield, just like we said the first game, second game midfield was pretty much non-existent,
Yeah.
apart from the back two, which I guess we pushed it
Defensive
further.
side.
Yeah.
I also didn't see a lot of the switch field trying to make openings and then push the play up.
And I'm gonna go ahead and say this is probably one of, if not the worst game that Barnes has played. I didn't see him. I barely saw him touch the ball
Barnes.
the entire game.
I can say the same thing for Boniek.
Boniek's had his chances, like his little one-touch skills. Davis was also pretty much non-existent.
Yeah.
Derek had his one save, but pretty much
Derek had
Derek had a strong game. It was a stupid mistake, but Derek had a strong
He
game.
was, I think, the long right
Full
spot for me.
stretch on the Kaká free kick.
Yes.
Had us going
But
nuts.
the thing
second
is,
one where he came in, the shot to the bottom of it. He had a great game again. It was just
He had at least three good saves.
A terrible stupid mistake that just went.
even
Right.
the thing we said about Beasley last game was that we loved that he was at later times in the game he was become more of a striker. We loved that he was defensive. We loved that he was going back and forth. To this game,
I
was
wonder
as
if
if
that
they
had-
stopped that. They were like, let's not do anything we did last game.
I wonder if that had anything to do with Raul not being in the lineup. Because you notice
back.
he had to come back so much more because I guess either they didn't really know how Horst was going to be able to deal with somebody like Kaká and all
With the
that
speed, yeah.
with the speed.
Neither
So
of them
Beasley had to come back more often than he would have been able to go up and try to help all the, Barnes and Miranda and all
Yeah,
that.
Raul Rodriguez is much more technical. He's much more accustomed to playing at that level, where Horst is kind of just a enforcer. He's just back there to bruise people up, out of the box.
I don't want to.
That was the one chance we had.
His
We had
header.
that corner kick.
which is another reason why I said I like him up there for corner kicks because he'll wreak havoc.
Right.
And whether it be going straight at the goal or flicking it back.
Yeah.
Was he 6'4"?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
6'4".
something like
6'4".
that, yeah.
He's a dominating force up there.
I think everybody in the back is pretty big apart from
Yeah.
Ash and Beasley.
Yeah. And Sarkozy.
Sarkozy.
Isn't he's still like 6 foot, isn't
No,
No.
Sarkozy, he's like 5.
I think 5.
he? Really?
Yeah,
I think he's
5'9" maybe.
Yeah.
5'10" on a good day.
But man, he's got that footwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
I
so
didn't see there's a lot of things I didn't.
let's
See,
just.
like for
we could
me,
change.
I thought the left side of the midfield was non-existent at all, and I think a big part of that is Giles needs the ball. I'd rather have him as a secondary striker,
Yeah,
the
I would,
creator,
yeah.
where he can come back if he needs to, because there's still that gap. There's still that hole in the middle of the field where usually Giles covers up because
Yeah.
he's all over the place. So with that, along with Boniek and Davis switching all the time and crossing paths, then that'll create more traffic in there, more chances.
I think we can all agree that Giles Bond is not a one striker.
No.
It didn't work at all.
There's some times in that game that I saw where, like, let's just say that Boniek would pass the ball up to like Sarkozy and expecting him to pass it back, but Sarkozy would keep going up the flank. When if he would have passed it back to Boniek could have did his little wizardry and found somebody in the center of the box.
I don't think that's a fair assumption to make. Because the way we play those guys, they push all the way up to the corner
But
all the time.
what I'm saying is that we don't do one-touch passing. We pass it once, and then
That's
that guy
true.
goes up the field instead of passing it back to the other guy
That's
when he
true.
has a better shot and
That's
try to
true.
get more people open.
That's true. Our pass accuracy is just bad.
I think Onco pretty much was just said we didn't bring our A game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was clear from the
Yeah.
right from the start. We
Yeah.
um,
So you could blame it on a number of factors, but I think the fact that Will Bruin wasn't in the match to start with had an effect on how we played.
I would agree.
So on the stat sheet, our passing accuracy overall is 81%, but it doesn't. I don't think this is completely accurate. As in like
What's Orlando's?
Orlando's was 80. In the attacking half, ours was 68, theirs was 69. In the final third, ours was 62, theirs was 60. And in crosses, ours was 10, theirs was 14. That was the biggest jump, really.
But what number of passes are you talking about? Because
Yeah.
if they're accurate
446 overall passes,
and Orlando,
483.
okay, so not a significant difference, but
But I just don't feel that because those passes could be back to the keeper,
Right.
straight to the. You know what I'm saying? You're just
Let's
moving it around. But
let's talk about the back pass to the keeper.
okay. So
When we were all at the game, I didn't see the replay, but pretty much everyone was saying that, you know, Horst fucked up, and then Derek fucked up, and then it was, you know, foul or whatever. You know, that's what because people didn't really know what was going on because everyone was like, okay, defense has it.
the key moment was that Derek knocked it on, to line
His
up the
first
kick,
touch was bad.
but it was too far out,
Mhm.
and they read that right away and came in, and it was too late for him to do anything about it. He rushed the ball. The striker rushed the ball.
Yeah,
He gets
it's
a touch
a
on
good-
it. Yeah, he gets a touch on the ball, pops up.
Derek
and
did a
then-
good job of trying to stop it. I give him that.
I don't think he did.
I don't think that. I think he was more worried about the player than the ball. Because
Right.
you see him latch on. He latches on with one arm, and then he kind of swings the other one.
Well, he's trying to punch it. He was
Yeah, but he's trying to swing
punch it, but he shouldn't have been worried about he shouldn't have been behind
Yeah.
the striker.
Because
should
he
have been
wasn't
in front of
front.
him.
He wasn't front when it started, right? And they go up, and he kind of turns around,
Yeah.
and then tries to hold him first, and then swing at the ball. And as he swings at the ball, he knocks it inside. But I think it's a combination of the swing and it hits the other guy. I can't really tell from the angle, but that's what it looked like. But at the same time, he should have never been put in that position because Horst had options. Both of the backs of the left and right backs were wide open. He could have gave it to them, but I don't know what happened. It was terrible.
I would put, I'd say 90% of the blame on Derek. 10% is the fact
I would
that
agree with that.
he passes the ball back. Derek doesn't even take a touch. Just get rid of it.
Yeah.
You know the old saying, when in doubt,
Yeah.
knock it out.
Well, he had plenty of space. He just
It's the first.
Yeah,
It's a bad
the first
first touch.
touch.
It's,
this is a bad first
it's
touch, yeah.
the only thing he's done wrong
So far this season.
so far this season, and it cost us the entire
Cost us a
game.
goal, cost us a game.
And
Yeah.
then we didn't look like we were going to score. Well, we had a couple of headers, a couple of chances in the corners, but really,
We had a couple of corners, but nothing that I felt really good about. I mean,
no, not at all.
it's like we send it into the box and it would just fly right back out, and we'd take possession,
And
switch
try
field,
again.
and put it back in the box, and it'd get shipped right back out.
Yeah,
And for the second week in a row, I've seen players slip
yeah,
Yeah.
it's been happening
plenty of
yeah.
times.
Uh-huh.
And I don't understand why they don't wear the soft ground cleats if we've been raining for the past week and a half, and they water the pitch too. Like I can tell, you can see not only when they come out to play, but when on the replays and stuff, and when you watch it on TV, you can tell they're not wearing soft ground. The soft ground ones, they're wearing just the regular cleats, so of course they're gonna slip. I don't know why that hasn't.
Because you see it flinging dirt everywhere.
Everywhere, and
Yeah.
it's I don't know what's in there.
All right,
So what changes would you guys make in hindsight?
Bruin up top with Barnes.
Roll playing.
Bro,
Do we know why Raul wasn't? He didn't even suit up.
He's still not feeling that leg. The leg must still be hurting.
Yeah, most of the people that were there for the first game weren't even there for the second.
How about Rob Lovejoy? What y'all think about him? The little time
He didn't have enough time.
Yeah, you can't really.
No.
It's his first game, and you
Nothing was already happening, and he wasn't enough of a spark to ignite anything.
really, the big thing is, I would keep the same, unless Raul's fit, I would keep the same team.
But you'd have
Except for
Barnes,
But
Bruin.
Bruin and Barnes up front.
and then have Leo as a sub.
Yeah.
Miranda.
Yeah. If it doesn't work with Bruin, then you make
Then
the
you
change.
pull it out and make that, because it would be good to have somebody that quick come out of nowhere basically.
Come off the
Because
bench as
yeah,
opposed to start.
Miranda's fast, so
This
I
last
think that's what helped us in the first game. was that.
This game would have been a perfect game for us to start MS-15 if he was still the
If
team.
he was still here, yeah.
Him and Barnes, it would have
I
been a
wish
nice.
he
It
still
would
had
have been a nice.
Doesn't he play for Orlando City?
No, he plays for San Jose.
yeah, he went to Orlando on the supplemental draft and then
Joined
John picked him back up.
Gotcha.
But I don't even think, was he on the bench?
I don't think he's
He
played.
passed
I don't think he's not fit, is he?
No, he's still got the ACL.
That's why Tyler Hall's still not fit.
Yeah.
That's why he hasn't
Yeah.
played.
Mm.
That's why Ricketts is still in goal.
Yeah.
Ricketts still sucks.
I think that Ricketts is gonna have it over Tally anyway.
I do too. I think Ricketts is the
Well,
one.
I was gonna say until Jamaica comes.
So do you guys think Tyler Derrick is gonna get punished?
No.
No, his spot's still secured.
Yeah, he didn't do enough to.
He's still the number one. He makes
Yeah.
one mistake. Nobody else was Lynch or Willis. You always say Wilson, bro. Willis. They wouldn't have stopped. I don't think
Looks
they would have
like
stopped
Willis.
Kakas to free kick.
Yeah, I mean you couldn't put. I mean Howard, you couldn't guarantee that Howard could have stopped that.
Derek for sure is our number one. He
Yeah.
needs to stay in goal. He made one mistake and it cost us. If Horst hadn't played the ball back,
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sure he's.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
He's already kicking himself.
Oh,
It's not
yeah,
going to
I'm
do
sure
any
he is.
confidence if as soon as he makes the first mistake, he's dropped on the bench. And we
Right.
put someone who's hasn't played for us at all.
Even Horst too, that's probably weighing on him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so he's probably like, damn, I'm back up in here and then this
First
will happen.
thing.
Yeah.
Well, unless Rodriguez is fit,
Yeah.
Horst would be back in there. If not, I feel like you're on the bench.
What about Cochran? We still have him back there.
He was on the bench.
He was on the
Yeah.
bench.
I think he should stay in the bench.
Yeah.
I don't think he should start. I think he
Yeah, I
should start the U.S. Open Cup stuff.
Yeah.
Lamar Hunt, whatever.
Yeah, I see that.
Are y'all seeing anything more out of Taylor? I still don't. I mean, I guess he's doing his job back there because he's not making mistakes, but
I still think he's the same, and with Beasley as well, the same thing. I told him earlier in the match. I was like, Beasley's basically just like Ash. Like they'll make mistakes and then they'll make up for it right afterwards, and then
Yeah.
go ahead and make another one right after that, and then make up for that. So I think Taylor's kind of the same way. He'll do something great, and then he'll dumbass pass somewhere or get it intercepted.
I just don't see him doing anything great.
Who?
Taylor.
He marks.
He's there.
He marks.
He's just there.
Yeah,
It's-
he marks
it's-
and he
I feel
knocks. But he knocks a couple people
just there.
because just how what you want to call it? How when Bruin comes in, people are gonna be like, oh, we're gonna have to watch him. So if Barnes or anybody, so
he just becomes
if
a
they
piece
get
to
pulled,
react to.
basically. So like it's like if one of the forwards is like, okay, you're gonna run on the outside every time I get the ball or something, it's gonna draw the defender away, so it'll open up space. And I think Jermaine, one good thing he does is he blocks that space instead of blocking the player. You know what I'm saying? So we'll kind of stay back. Sometimes it catches him on the ass with faster players, but usually the couple of times that I've seen so far this season, he's been okay about marking the space. But like I said, he'll fumble a pass up or he'll put himself in a position where he shouldn't.
I
Or
think
he
the
won't let
other,
go of the ball as quickly as he should.
Yeah, our
But-
passing game is a little.
the only reason
slow.
why Taylor's starting is because I think he's a better, which we've all said this before, but he's a better one-on-one defender than Horse.
I never agreed with that.
I'm mixed. I really can't.
I'm not on Team Taylor.
I mean, if
You used to be.
if we have to pick,
I used to be.
if
and then
we
you
have to
had
pick
that-
two,
and
then
then
it's
you had
gonna
that
be Raul and Horse for me. I think
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
what I was
everybody here has been saying. Everybody outside of here has been saying, oh, Taylor this, Taylor that, but I don't see it.
I don't think. But I think Taylor has seniority over Horst, and that's why I feel maybe. Well, maybe. Who knows? I really don't know. I just think I don't see Horst. I see Horst on the bench more than I do see Taylor this year, unless Taylor starts having some real horror games
Where he gets injured.
or he gets injured.
I don't know.
So basically, we have two kind of the same games. The first two games we played similarly as in not, I don't think to our greatest potential, a couple mistakes, but we just had different results. The
I
first
think-
one we won,
The midfield has to be fixed.
Yeah.
That's the main
the
thing.
main hole in the
Yeah.
midfield.
I don't know, but the other thing is, I don't know who you can. I mean, you can't take Davis out. You can't take Garcia out.
I think you move the players in instead of having them be so wide out. You do a narrow diamond. You have those guys in the middle with Rico up top and Garrido behind, both of them sweeping, and then you have your wings. You have your wing backs that you use as wing backs. I think that that's the answer to our problems.
Okay, that makes sense.
To me, I think what I've seen so far is Rico and Garrido play pretty much level to each other. So they're like that first barrier before you try and get to the center backs. I think if they played on top of each other,
Right.
if they played on top of each other with Rico pushing up a little bit more,
Mhm.
and then him playing off Barnes, and then
So make it like-
Boniek and Davis on the wings, that might do something. But then I don't know.
So you're talking about like a 4-5-1?
No, just a 4-4-2 with diamond formation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're
4-4-2
saying. That's what he's
diamond.
saying.
But also with
But he's talking about having the right and left midfielders
Well,
as
the-
wings instead of.
like we were doing the 4-2-3-1, basically the same, except instead of Rico and Garrido side by side, stack them on top of each other, so it's kind of like a line all the way up to the top. But I don't know how that.
I don't think Davis or Boniek are wingers.
Yeah.
They're
That's what they play.
but they're not though. They don't.
They're
They don't-
midfielders. I mean,
they don't
they're
play-
like true midfielders.
They don't play like wingers are supposed to play. So they should be a little bit more good.
I could see making an argument for Boniek being, but I don't see Davis pushing into the corners. Off.
Yeah, but his job is to cut in. His job is still get wide. His job is still get wide, but it's cut in. And I think that's the same thing with Boniek is cut in, and the backs go to the corners.
So then move your backs.
so that's not a winger.
Yeah, so your backs become your wings.
Yeah, but that's still what they play. They're still playing out wide, except both of their jobs is to cut in.
I
Like
hear what
Ashley
you're
Young.
saying.
Ashley Young is a winger. His job is to cut in. It's not necessarily to go to the corner.
I hear what you're saying. I mean, I just feel like we would create more
Cristiano
chances.
Ronaldo.
Who?
Cristiano Ronaldo's a winger. His job is to cut in.
Who?
Exactly.
So,
Try to speak football. That's what happens. Motherfuckers.
The girl on Twitter asked what Cristiano Ronaldo's last name was.
Gonzalez.
Sanchez.
oh, is he Raul's brother?
Yeah, I mean they're all related.
Yeah, distant cousins somehow.
Mexicans from all over.
This must be them fancy European Mexicans.
All right, so it's funny because after the game, Hero posted on Twitter. He said, "You guys wanted no Bruin, you guys got no Bruin and had a workout, and then we got bombarded with a whole bunch of, and it went on a whole different other level because it was. Next thing I knew, it's like they're talking about Derek fucking up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we're like, we're not talking about Derek fucking up. We're talking the fact that without Bruin, like the team didn't work.
I don't think it's hard to say that that having Bruin in at the start would
My
have made
whole
a
thing
difference.
was the only reason I posted it was because, of course, I was upset we lost.
Right.
And second of all, I just wanted to get him.
Yeah.
I wanted to get under the Bruin skin because because I didn't say that I didn't mention that the team worked different or that this, that, and the other or whatever. All I said is when we started Bruin, we got 3 points and we won, and when we didn't start Bruin, we lost. So of course, it's the only first 2 games, but.
And
I
then,
did it on purpose.
and then everyone was like,
Everyone was like, what
well,
are you talking about?
when we scored the goal to get the 3 points, Bruin wasn't on the team, and when Bruin came on this game, he didn't do anything, and all that, and I was like, yeah, that's.
But that still doesn't make my statement false.
And it doesn't make it true.
Yeah, but he did look good. He looked really good.
When Bruin came on, it looked like he was hungry. He was
It might have been the
he
kid with
was
fancy knees.
right. He was everywhere trying to get that
I
goal.
mean, if
So
hopefully it is because
he was.
last week.
I don't think so.
Last week he didn't have a great game.
He didn't.
They subbed him. Then they said, starting the game. Then he comes on and he's hungry. So the next week they start him.
And he plays like
And-
shit.
And he might, or he might be really,
See,
or he'd
but
be hungry.
it's-
But
it's
the
not
chances
even-
he could
He's
say,
too bipolar.
Owen Cole could be like,
Plain and simple. He can't be consistent.
It's not.
And you have to be consistent to be the striker.
I think that his consistency is more dependent on what he's being fed than what he's outputting himself.
he's consistent this year so far.
so
Yeah.
what I thought while I was watching the replay was do you think he's trying to get a formation to work for right now, or do you think he's trying to make a formation to work when Google gets here? So it's kind of like, okay, we already know what Google's going to be able to do when he gets here.
But
How do we build a team around
we
him?
really don't know how it
I don't think that
do.
he's trying to build the team around Kubo.
And that's the whole reason why we can't, GMs and all that stuff can make team changes and stuff when we don't have a coach.
Mm.
Because Owen Coyle doesn't know he's probably watched tapes now of him, but like, Owen Coyle, who lives in Scotland or England, says, oh yeah, there's a Mexican that we just signed. Okay, who is he? Has he done anything in the national team? So he has to do his research. So he's probably just has a team for now, and then whenever Kubo shows up, he's gonna learn where
I don't
Kubo is naturally.
think he's tinkering with the formations to get player assessments at this point. I think that he's tinkering with formations to just try to outwit opponents. I think he's playing the matchups more than he's playing our squad.
Yeah, I agree.
Which leads to the reigning champs in our nemesis.
The next game,
Which play a 4-2-3-1 or 4-5-1, however you want to look at it. The same way we've been playing is how Galaxy have been playing.
Yeah, but they're going to win.
Yeah, so they won both their games.
And they have
Wait, no, they
strikers.
tied last night.
Yeah, they tied last night.
Alright, so
They tied against San Jose.
So they lost their San Jose.
no, they beat San Jose. They tied with Portland.
they tied
You're
with
right.
Portland.
Yeah, they beat San
They
Jose.
scored 2
tied with
goals. Or
Portland.
there was 2 goals. In
Oh no, that was
A tying goal.
That was Seattle.
Stop.
Yeah, San Jose put it on Seattle.
Yeah.
All right, so they won 3-0 the first
3-2.
game, and then this game they tied 2-2.
Against Chicago though,
Yeah,
right?
they beat Chicago, which
It was 2-0.
we can't say anything because we couldn't beat Chicago
Yeah.
last season. So
We couldn't beat anybody last season.
Easy killer.
we beat a couple.
So negative, man. You're so negative.
All right, so we're playing on Saturday.
It's like it's either polar opposite with him. It's like
Yeah.
He's talking about he's talking about Will Burn being
Hey, I'm
bipolar.
Bruin. I'm not consistent. I mean,
Alright,
I'm
so
bipolar.
we're
just
playing
like Bruin.
Galaxy at the StubHub Center or Park or
Whatever
it's called this week. It's at like 11. It's at 9 o'clock
9:30.
our time, something like that.
Are you wearing Portland Timber pants?
Yeah,
I got those too.
they're cheap. They're cheap and they're comfortable.
Yeah. That's why I got a DC United jersey,
Yeah.
2 Vancouver jerseys.
Yeah. They're cheap and they're
Oh yeah,
comfortable.
I wear them to the gym when I don't have
Yeah.
to.
Fair enough.
I'm like, oh yeah.
Sorry.
No.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Yeah. So
StubHub Center.
yeah, 9:30 our time. I'm probably not gonna watch it because I have to work, but I get off at 11, so I'll watch it later.
Working, so.
I'll be able to watch it. Anybody else Saturday night want to go do that?
I don't know where.
I'm working all weekend.
I don't know where the
I don't know if they have or if they're going to do it. They'll probably announce it later this week.
or Friday night.
Viewing party.
Saturday morning they'll announce where the viewing party is.
45. As soon as the lineup's out, they're going to announce where the viewing party is.
Where are you guys? And then the next home game is in 2 weeks against Colorado.
2 weeks
What's
against Colorado.
what's Colorado? Did they lose their first 2 games?
Oh man, I don't even know, to be honest. I haven't heard anything. But
Let's find out.
we had
Well, let's find
if you
out.
guys didn't see already, we're on this past week's poll episode.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we.
So
your resident stoppage time.
They're gonna play
boys
one
made
game.
it till the poll.
they play one game.
So
I think
Steph,
Tied.
I think
Steph
Steph should come. Steph should come and do an
So
episode.
on the way to the stadium, we saw Steph G.
Hey boo.
and
Let's be
Fernando.
honest here. She saw me.
No. She came up to me first and she asked me if I
Because she was too shy to come directly
Okay,
to me.
well, she asked me if I wanted. She asked me if I wanted to be on the poll or on her make a video, and I was with Fernando, and then I said yes, and then we started getting ready, and then I saw everybody else, and I told everyone to come. That's how it worked. That's what happened. So, either way, when we were pretty we didn't really do anything.
She saw you and she said, "Oh, there's that douchebag that's friends with that really hot guy."
I don't think so.
And I said I was flattered, but you know.
But the way that the video is pretty funny, just watching. Like,
But more importantly is they highlighted Fernando, which is his first time at a Dynamo
the
game.
second time.
Well, yeah.
Well, they talked
about his first time, and that being the second time he's back.
Which is funny because like those videos, those fan videos, they're always just like in your face, like woo! Pretty much. And then when Fernando got on, he was just like, "Yeah, this is my first time. I came to the game last time. He bought me the ticket, and yeah." And I'm just like, "Woo!"
It's funny because your woo cued the rest of us to go, "Yeah!"
Yeah. So we were on the poll. So Steph G, your chair's over here or over there, wherever. I don't care. We'll get right there. And you're welcome anytime you want to come on here.
You guys are a bunch of creeps. Just no one will come.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
She said she would on Twitter. Right, Wally? She really did say
She did,
She
yeah.
said come in and then she did like a party.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was whatever. Alright, let's talk about fantasy before we wrap it up.
Ooh, fantasy. Do we have to? I feel like everybody had a bad week this week.
I didn't.
I started off negative because I went crazy. I went ham on the transfers without caring about the points. So I pretty much figured I was going to lose, and I didn't lose as bad as I thought.
Alright, so anybody wanna should we go around the table and see who won?
I lost.
I lost.
Oh, 2 losses.
What?
Did you win or lose?
Hero, did you win or
Oh man, I'm undefeated, baby. No.
So that means he lost.
lose? So am I the only undefeated?
No, I thought you lost last week. You
No,
tied to your
I'm
brother.
tied. It's still in the win bracket.
It's not in the win bracket, nigga. You're just not. You're just
It's
undefeated.
not a loss. yeah,
Yeah.
undefeated.
I still got points though, so I'm
Yeah, but
undefeated.
still, you're not
You're
gonna
undefeated.
like the Dynamo after a tie. Oh, I do it, wait. No, you don't.
Alright, so
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
I hate that
bothers.
song
Yeah.
so much. Please find a better song. I guarantee you can find a better song. I can make you a better song with just the stuff that I find on this table.
We should do that.
We will. We will. And actually, a friend of mine is supposedly going to do a Houston Dynamo theme song. I'm sorry, bro. I'm going to just beat your song or whatever it is. I'm going to make a better one. I still love you, though. I'm not going to mention his
And
name.
then I'm gonna take that song and I'm gonna outdo it even better.
Bam! Please! That's what I like.
Ain't no woman, flesh and blood, some damn old dynamo. Sorry.
So,
Copyright Garth Brooks, TLL.
so it's not going to be better than mine.
Alright, so who wants, so South Texas FC's up top.
South Texas
For the
FC.
first time.
It's my buddy
Mean
Ryan.
Machine, my brother, the reigning champion, is in second place.
I have to go. I have to say that I think it's fair to say everybody had a bad week because our number one guy tied the average,
Oh,
which means everybody else was below average.
Yonkers.
First time in my life I'm below that. So Smells Like Caca, that's me. I am in third place, which was my post in that area. I don't go any lower than that. Average is in fourth. Hero,
I'm in fifth.
fifth.
First to fifth.
Tied. And
Wrinkle Sticks.
that's me.
Alright. And Barnes We Trust.
That's me.
Brandon, he's down in seventh place.
Which one I played this week and you're going to get smashed on?
I knew we were gonna lose.
Lost.
Mixed Discaroo's here, which is
Diane?
yeah, she's down there, and then Sean.
He lost
Oh,
again.
Sean,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Good
Left
job,
foot
Sean.
of glory, Sean. You're 0-2.
What, I wrapping 50 points, I think, total?
54.
54 points
Come on,
total.
Give him credit. So next week, like you said, Heroes playing.
Man, just real quick, I see Leo trying to jump up on it. No, she ain't going on Generation Orange.
Yeah. Wally's playing my brother.
Oh yeah.
So that's a loss.
It's a guaranteed win.
So I'm gonna go ahead and play average, which
Might be a loss.
nah, I'm comfortable with my team. I'm happy with it. I made the changes that I needed.
I gotta get on an actual computer.
As long as Bruin scores a average.
They, you really believe
Any other news or business? Anything else happened this week? Oh, Minnesota.
Yeah, that's
Did they announce it already? Or they
No,
just
but they're in
advanced
they're in
talks?
advanced.
No, I saw it
Talks.
on Facebook saying that Minnesota is official.
No.
I haven't seen it official.
Yeah,
I've seen
advanced talks.
I've seen it, but
I've seen advanced talks. I've seen that they've confirmed that they're in advanced
I haven't
talks,
seen it,
but
so.
and a lot of people are upset about that. They want either Sacramento to do it, or they're also thinking, well, if Miami's not set, then who else are we going to give it to? But Sacramento's the biggest one, right? They already have their stadium, they have everything.
They said whenever they announced it at the halftime of the what game was that? Oh, or the New York game. At the end of the halfway through the New York game, they mentioned that Minnesota was in talks. And the
Yeah.
reason why was because the Minnesota Vikings are like linked with
They're going
it,
to share the stadium.
and so they're going to build a stadium next to it or something like that. And so they were like, Sacramento said like if they had a checklist, everything is checked
Yeah.
off for Sacramento.
Yep.
They've got everything they need, and yet Minnesota got it, which I'm pretty sure Minnesota gave them more money, which is probably what it comes down to. And then they mentioned that David Beckham needs to.
Isn't Sacramento backed by the Phoenix Suns?
Looking at the reports, I know nothing.
I think there was a connection with possibly an NBA team. I don't know, because whatchamacallit are gone, right, from Sacramento.
Who?
The Kings.
No, they're still there. They ain't going nowhere.
I thought they were leaving too.
No.
Could be tripping then.
Mm.
Well, that's what I heard. But that and NYCFC had their home opener on a field that looks super small.
Yeah, they're gonna love that. They're gonna. Yeah, it still said just said advanced discussion. There's no.
It's on Twitter, I saw it on Facebook.
Either way,
It doesn't matter.
if you guys want
Sacramento's
to
not getting the team anytime soon, and neither is Miami South.
yeah, or San
It's a
Antonio.
bunch of bureaucracy bullshit.
Oh yeah, and Seattle's not gonna get, or San Antonio's not gonna get one either.
Yeah. The teams that deserve it aren't going to get one.
I wonder how long it's gonna. Like, I wonder how many teams they're gonna put in here. 20. You think 25 is the limit?
No, they're probably going to put about 26 at a minimum.
Yeah, still. Last 3 hours ago, the most certain to win the franchise, but it hasn't been official.
And that's on Twitter, right?
No, this is off Minneapolis News.
Alright, if you guys want to follow us on Twitter, it's at H&H Stoppage Time.
Oh yeah.
If you guys want to follow us on Facebook,
Stoppage time.
H&H.
With Hero and Hammer.
You're in Hammer.
Just search it. You'll find us.
We are on iTunes. Just search. We're on SoundCloud,
Instagram.
Instagram, Stitcher, Automatic. That's about it.
Yo, mama.
That's about it. Is that?
Business.
Make sure you guys listen to Peaches and Cream.
Peaches and cream.
Oh, plug for me.
He's been waiting 41 minutes to hear that.
41.
I tried to put him in a segment. I was gonna ask what's it gonna take to get you to a Dynamo game.
Oh, a ticket?
This guy here. Because we already went to one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I fucked up. A ride and a ticket?
So the next one, Colorado.
Yeah.
You know, we might bring some more people. Hopefully, Fernando will keep coming.
He's busy the next six weeks.
I love Colorado. They have some of my favorite flora.
Well, you probably.
Yeah, we're not going to Colorado. They're coming here.
Yeah, they're-
Oh!
We can still pretend.
Maybe they can bring some of the local spice. You know what I'm saying?
Someone may bring their own stuff.
Oh.
If they drive down or something. Yeah. Peaches and Cream. They're all coming up to their season finale.
Yeah.
Which might be a couple special guests on that.
Just a couple of them.
That's also one of their highest rated episodes they've ever had. Is when Hero and Hammer. That's when their popularity really rose.
Peaks.
Is really
It's,
peak.
the pinnacle of their career so far. I'm just kidding.
That's what I mean. That's what it's about. That's what the season finale is about. We need the place. You guys back on.